Hey guys, what's up? What's Gucci? What's good? And welcome back to my channel.
Yeah.
Alright, so today's video, I don't even know why I'm doing this to myself, but I'm gonna be talking about my first Tinder experience slash date or whatever. I don't know why I'm telling you guys this, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna do it. I saw a video that was really funny about their Tinder experiences. You know that one time when you're on YouTube and then you go down the YouTube hole, and then I started watching videos about Tinder dates, and I was like, wait, I've been on like one Tinder date, so I was like, why not make a video about it, you know? Share my experience. Hopefully it's not like yours, and it turns out a lot better because mine did not turn out so great. So I've been on Tinder for about, I would say like 6 months or so, maybe after my birthday in March. I don't even know why I'm getting so nervous telling this story. Oh my god. Okay, so as we begin this story, let's see where to begin. So back in March 2019, so 6 months ago, I downloaded the app. I had really no intentions of like whatever, you know, just like trying it out to see, you know, what it's all about, because one person says one thing, another person says one thing, so I was like, why not try it? I downloaded it, and then I get a few matches, and I'm like, oh, this is cool, whatever. Talking, but I feel like every conversation on Tinder lasts about 2 days max. Like, that's the average lifetime of the thing. Like, if it doesn't go past that, it's like goodbye, whatever. And I've noticed that on Tinder, like, sometimes you lose, or it doesn't notify you when that person like replies back, or notify you like days late. So I feel like that's the reason why you don't get replies so quickly. So I downloaded it in March. In April, was it in April? No, it was March. That same March, this one boy, I'm not gonna say his name, we'll call him, what are we gonna call him? We'll call him Chad, okay? We'll call him Chad. No, we'll name him Kevin, because no, I know a Kevin. We are gonna name him Chad, because I'm gonna remember that name, because I don't know, I've never even met a Chad before, so I didn't want to say a name that I've met, so I picked Chad. So Chad was messaging me like really persistent, like on the app, oh hey, you're really cute, this and that, we should really hang out, and then talking back and forth, and then it was like, oh, like talk to me on Instagram, that's much better. So we began like talking, and then one night we would text like honestly every day. It wasn't that long, maybe like a 2-3 weeks max, if anything. It was like 2 weeks. We were texting back and forth like every day, like good morning, everything. So I thought in my back of my head, like, oh, maybe this is going somewhere, you know? And for me, not that I do have high standards. I was gonna say not that I don't have high standards, but it's like, I know my worth and I know what I'm into, and if I'm not into you, then that's that. Like, I can't force myself to like you. Like, it's not like I'm gonna wait for the one that's gonna be there for me. But this guy was pretty cute, so I was like, oh, F it, I'm into it, or whatever. So we're texting back and forth, this and that, and then one night I was getting off work, I remember, and we were texting, and he was like, oh, I'm just getting back from a party. I don't know if it was me or if it was him, but he was like, oh, let's hang out right now. And in the back of my head, I'm like, sis, this is not a good idea. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, what are you doing? But I was like, F it, you know? I'm like, I'm down. And he was like, oh, we can like smoke whatever. Like, I don't really smoke, but I mean, I was down for the occasion. Like, I don't do it often, so I was like, what's the worst that's gonna happen to me? Like, you know? But he invited me over to his place. Okay, so this man, ooh, so Chad is like 6 feet tall, and then when I first saw him, like, I'm only like 5'6", 5'7". I saw him and I was like, oh my god, I felt like I was legit like looking up. Like, he was so tall, so fine. But I park, I get into his house, or yeah, I see him and it's like an elevator and I'm like hella nervous, hella shy. Like, then we go upstairs and then I don't even think we ended up smoking. Honestly, like we didn't even do that. But we end up talking, like getting to know each other, cause yeah, so this is where like the story makes sense. So Coachella was happening up, so I think we both discussed this before, like, oh, we're both going weekend one. So like I was in his room on the bed and then I see like an ASOS thing and he was like, oh, do you want to see the outfits that I'm wearing for Coachella? And I was like, oh sure, whatever. Like I was like, I'm down. And then we just started talking about what artists we like, what kind of music. I feel like he really put me on into the 1975, like before I had no clue who they were, what they sang. But now I'm like a pretty big fan. Like I do listen to them a lot on my free time. So I mean, if anything, that's what I got mostly out of it, was like the 1975 and a bad experience. But I'm gonna keep talking about what had happened so the story makes sense. So we just started talking about our lives, like our horoscope, whatever. Like turns out he's like, I think he's like 3 days older than me. Like legit 3 days. It might be like a year and 3 days, but we're both Pisces, so we were very similar, so I feel like that's why we kind of got along with one another. The end of the night goes, it was pretty late, so I ended up just like crashing over. Like nothing happened. I know y'all what y'all thinking, like you're a little nasty. You're nasty. But nothing like that happened. Yeah, the next day I went to work and then after that I just feel like when you're with someone, meeting them for the first time, like it elevates like when you like someone to like liking someone. I mean, at least for me, because when I'm into someone, I'm into someone. So I can't just be like, you know, like I'm gonna give it my 100%. I'm not gonna be one of those like, not caring and then at the end like realize that, you know, I'm there from the start and that's that, like point blank period, because I'm not gonna be over here like being dumb or whatever. So I was in it like since the beginning. And then everything was fine. A couple of weeks passed by, we were still texting like normal. Everything was fine, at least so I thought. But you know when you can tell the vibes are off? Like the first time the vibes are on, this time the vibes are off. Like I was just not feeling the same type of energy. But you know, maybe I was just like, you know, thinking some type of way. Maybe I wasn't in the right headspace, so I just like brushed it off. But that was like the first sign where I should have like taken it and just, you know, realized like that was it. But my kept going, kept texting. I noticed it was getting kind of different, but I didn't think too much of it. I was thinking about Coachella, thinking about my outfits, because Coachella was just a whole nother story, like my outfits and everything just getting here on time. So Coachella happens and we're both going, but he is obviously staying like at a house and I was camping. But I was texting him and I was like, usually we text like all day, but at Coachella, I understand if you don't text. You're at Coachella, like why are you gonna, you know, we're on vacation. But I was at least thinking like, okay, at least text like during the day, you know? But Coachella happens, I think it was like the first day, I was like, oh, we should really hang out, I wanna see you. And then he gave me this dumb ass excuse like, oh, I don't know, maybe one of my friends got lost. Like it was so dumb that I was like, what the hell, like who gives this dumb response, you know? I was like, oh, okay, or whatever. He's like, oh, I don't know if we're gonna have time, because honestly, like when we discussed it at his house, we're like, oh, we should see the 1975 together, you know, that'd be really cute or whatever. And the 1975 was the first day on that Friday, but on that Friday we're texting, and then obviously like once Coachella happens or starts like at 1, like nothing. I text him like, oh hey, like are we still down to see it? And then nothing happens. And then that's when he was like, oh, I don't know, my friend got lost. And it was hella early in the day, so I was like, you know what, whatever, I'm still gonna go see the 1975 with my friends, like it's all Gucci. And then that happened, and then we didn't see each other for the rest of the night. And then the next day I was kind of bummed out, but I was like, you know what, it's not the end of the world. Like I barely know this guy for like 3-4 weeks, like a month, so I was not thinking too much of it. The next day pops around, texting, it's like one text that whole day, and I was like, you know what, bro, like I'm not gonna think too much of it. I'm just gonna live my life, keep on going, and I'm not gonna think too much of it. And then the surprising thing was, on that Saturday night we didn't text all day. And I don't know if you've been to Coachella, but they have this like circular sphere where you literally just go up, up, up. So I was with my friend, it was really like 11:30, and we're going, I think we're leaving, and we see Chad coming up, and we're like, oh, I was like legit shocked. He was with a friend. Honestly, I don't know if he was a friend at the time, but he was with another guy. But he was like, oh, this is my friend, this is so and so, we just introduced, whatever. And at that time, I don't know what it was about that. It was very awkward, like, oh, what's up? But my friend told me, it was like, oh, he wanted you to go with him, and I was like, no, he didn't. Like, he was with his friends. Like, you know, I'm not gonna like want to interrupt like if he was at Coachella, because this boy was not texting me like Friday and Saturday, so I'm not gonna just like move up, sis. Like, I'm not gonna do that, because I'm not gonna like fight for something that they're not gonna fight for me, you know? I'm not that type of person. Like, I don't care. And then that happened, and then Sunday we tried to meet up, or we didn't even try, he didn't try like at all, but nothing, we didn't meet up. And then Coachella was over, and I was like, what the heck, like, why are the vibes off, you know? Like, what's up with the vibe? So I think it was like a couple days after I texted him like, hey, or no, I think it was actually at Coachella, because I was a sad little I was like, hey, is everything good? Like, are we still like what's up? I feel like you've changed. I think it was leaving Coachella, or maybe it was during like the last day, but I don't know. I feel like you can sense something's off, like you can sense it. So I texted him that, and then he was like, this is why I'm never gonna use Tinder again, like this is like the end of the story. But he was like, oh, like in the midst of us seeing each other and Coachella, like he started talking to like the guy he talked to me before, so he was like, obviously more feelings were involved, and then he was like trying to pursue that, and I was like, oh, cool, like you should have just told me from the get-go, like I'm over here looking like a dumb little That was my like Tinder experience, which is why I'm still single, and I don't know, I feel like I'm not really looking for anybody anymore, because I'm not gonna be chasing someone. Like, I'm gonna let it happen like organically, and if it happens, it happens. I mean, he's still cool, we still follow each other. There's like no bad blood or anything. It was just like, I guess, a missed opportunity. Like, you know me, my would probably go back to him again, because let me know in the comments what your Tinder experience is, because I definitely want to know yours. Maybe mine was just bad. My friend says it's just a hookup app, which, I mean, I kind of see, kind of don't, because, well, I mean, it's like dry, like people don't really message each other. I feel like it's more of a game to see who you match with. Don't forget to follow me on my social media accounts. My Instagram and my Twitter are both mandoulysses, as well as my YouTube, mandoulysses. Thank you so much again for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment whatever you like. I definitely look at all the comments, and I definitely see everything. I see all the likes, I see all the comments. So subscribe, because you're already watching this video, so why not subscribe? Thank you, everyone. Love y'all. Peace.